Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be some holiday sides for you. I decided to make some sweet potato casserole, some baked mac and cheese, and I even made a Mississippi pot roast. So I want to share with you guys how I make it. It's super simple and I hope you enjoy. So for dinner this night, I decided to make some Mississippi pot roast, and since I was going to be filming some sides for you guys, I decided to create my Mississippi pot roast and let that cook while I created the sides, which was the sweet potato casserole and the baked mac and cheese. I even went a step further and made some mashed potatoes, but I did not film that because I didn't think it was necessary. But if you are interested in how I make my mashed potatoes, let me know in the comments down below and I'll definitely create a video for you. So for this recipe, it is super simple. I just placed my chuck roast on the bottom of my crock pot. I added my ingredients, which was the au jus gravy and the ranch seasoning packet. With it, I added a stick of butter and some pepperoncini peppers. Now I do have to tell you, the more pepperoncini peppers you add, the spicier it will be. So if you don't like it super salty, don't add as much, because what I added there made it very, very salty. So I just let it cook for about 5 hours on medium heat, or low heat rather, and basically that's it. That was our dinner for the night. Next, I made some sweet potato casserole, which was super simple again. Now if you're interested in having a written form of the recipes that I'm sharing with you today, definitely head on over to my website, hipandcreative.com, where I will be sharing how I make these recipes there. So with the sweet potatoes here, I basically just punctured a bunch of holes in them just to make sure that they were cooking all the way through, because I find it that if you don't poke holes and you put it in the oven, it takes a lot longer to cook. So I'm just poking some holes here, and then I'm going to be placing it in the oven at 350 degrees for about an hour and a half, or until it's super tender. Next, I just took the potatoes and hollowed out the skin part. I removed the skin and just basically mashed them like you would mashed potatoes. Next, I added my dry ingredients in there. I allowed my potatoes to cool off a lot, so it took about half an hour for it to fully cool, because you don't want your eggs when you add them to overcook. And I just added all my ingredients in here and just mashed them up until they were smooth and put them in my casserole dish. I did manage to make a topping for this, which was basically butter, flour, and brown sugar. Mixed it together very well and then sprinkled it on top of the casserole. And then I cooked it for an additional 30 minutes. And then afterwards, I took it out of the oven, added some mini marshmallows. In this case, I didn't have mini marshmallows, so I added large marshmallows. And just be aware that they tend to expand. I did cook them for about another 5 minutes until the top was a little brown, and that's it. Next, we're going to be making some baked mac and cheese. First thing you'll need to do is preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and while that is being preheated, make sure to cook your macaronis according to the packaging. Here, my macaronis have already been cooked, and I already added some of the seasonings into my milk, and basically I made sure that everything was nice and blended. At this point, I'm just heading over to my refrigerator to grab my cheese. The ingredients require you to use 6 cups of sharp cheddar, but I actually just used 4 cups of cheddar cheese, which came out perfectly fine. And it actually was well because my family, some of them are lactose intolerant, so the less cheese I use, the better it is for them. But you guys can definitely use the 6 cups of cheese. It will just come out very, very cheesy. So here I'm just in the process of mixing and making sure everything is well blended, checking my temperature, making sure it's not too overheated. And next I will be adding my macaroni. Now I'm going to be adding my macaronis. They have been sitting in the sink for a little bit, draining, and just gradually adding them so that I don't spill them all over the place. Now the macaronis do tend to kind of stick together. That's just what macaronis do. So when you do pour them into your bowl, make sure to do it carefully so you don't spill it all over the place. Now I'm just breaking up the macaronis and kind of stirring it into the pot, making sure that all of the macaronis have some cheese on them. And as you can see, it is blending very, very well. It looks amazing and smells really, really good. And next I will be transferring it over to my baking dish. I'm just using my 11 by 13 Pyrex baking dish, and I just poured all of my macaronis on there. Next, what I did was I grabbed my panko breadcrumbs, and I also used regular Italian seasoning breadcrumbs and kind of mixed it together. You don't have to do this step. You can just use the panko breadcrumbs, and maybe if you want some paprika on it for some added flavor. But we're not a big fan of paprika on our macaroni, so what I did was I opened up the panko breadcrumbs, mixed it with my regular Italian seasoning breadcrumbs, and just baked it that way in the oven. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope these recipes inspire you to try them yourself. If you do manage to make these, make sure to let me know in the comments down below how you like them. And also, if you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe and also hit that notification bell so you'll be notified of when I post future videos. Until next time, guys, I hope you all have a great day. God bless, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.